Welcome, dear friends, dear audience members, dear enemies, rivals, patrons of the arts, and of course, anyone in between, especially those wandering travelers that may have found themselves here accidentally. The mind is a beautiful thing. And to be completely honest, here you are in the inner machinations of my own mind. But of course, I cannot take all the credit. I am not the only brain plasma working to make this world a reality. No, of course, I owe much of what I narrate to the players, the adventurers, the storytellers that I have found along my own journeys, the ones who have joined me in telling an epic saga, one that has continued on for quite some time now. If you've been with us from the beginning, you yourself will know a lot has changed. Even just in the short amount of time that we've been telling this chapter, so many things have come to light. That which was not as it seemed, and of course, the many things that stood in front of us the entire time. Of course, undoubtedly, I can ramble on for quite some time. It's one of my specialties, but you've lent yourself to my, shall I say, theater. You've given me your ear, so I won't waste any bit of it. And we'll get on with the show. But of course, the show cannot start without something very important happening first. I need the help of someone who will do the recap.
Nah, I did it last time.
I have inspiration, so it feels like a waste for me to do it.
Carlos, you should do the recap.
Oh, yeah, because I was here last week, wasn't I?
Well, I guess I'll do it.
Yeah, we kind of threw out the rule that you can't do inspiration. You can't do the recap a couple times in a row.
And so we started in the court of Mata as this amalgamation of anguished souls became corporeal and wanted Stark dead. And it got pretty close, knocking him so hard he ended up in the basement. Voice notwithstanding. Atlantis, thinking quickly, banished the golem into his brother's throne room, which was the right amount of petty for the situation. And we found that this was all a distraction of some sort, as a drakish creature ran off with a lady in a red dress, which is thought to be the Queen of Mata. We got to meet Chris's new character, whose name escapes me. Chimera.
Yep.
And pointed him towards the circus. Then we go over to Eden, and we find Nemesis on a beach, trapped in some sort of loop, preventing her from going in further inlands. And it was later found that that's the first line of defense. There were some sort of guardians or watchers in the trees that did not show themselves. We went back to the island, and Dream pulled in her little pocket dimension. Now the party relaxes comfortably in reverie under the tree with crystallized dreams, with a protection over them where the anyone looking in their direction will just see open ocean. The island was reformed a little further away. We got a little bit of a history lesson from Jadot. We learned about the 4 elemental goddesses, the eldest of which was uncaring cold. It has a temple up on the hill, and is the kind of leading philosophy or theology in this region. And I believe that's where we left off. Did I miss anything?
That was great. I do want to clarify a little. um, there are sister goddesses. You only know one of their names. It's Gaia. She's the mother goddess, the ruling goddess of this plane. Most, as far as you know, most all people on Eden worship Gaia in some way. She is the goddess of life, but specifically the goddess of sentience. So she has the power to awaken not just living creatures, but forces, nature. Um, and she's done so in her 4 daughters, who are demigods. So the temple to Gaia is on the top of that great mountain, and her 4 daughters watch over Eden and are emissaries to the different races of Eden. And Jada also briefly mentioned that Eden was started as a refuge at one point, and there was a lot of civil warring before the 4 daughters came and helped settle those tensions.
And we didn't learn what Dreon was the guardian of.
Dreon is specifically a prince of the Tritons, or I should say a royalty of the Tritons, not really a prince or a princess. Um,
But
Dreon
you
is
said
not.
that he
Go on.
you said that he was elected as a guardian, and the only reason they kept him alive was that he was a guardian, and then they trapped him there so he was going to guard from the cave.
Yes,
But we didn't really.
For his people, the Tritons specifically. Dana is the daughter of Gaia that you're thinking of. Dana is the daughter of the sea, the unyielding tide.
Yeah, but why do they keep Drian alive again?
Because Drion is royalty of the Triton Kingdom, and the Triton Kingdom is one of those races that live on Eden. So they have their own culture and their own rules and laws. And Drion broke some of those rules and laws within the Triton Kingdom specifically and faced their repercussions. Dana is an emissary for those people to the goddess Gaia. Does that make sense?
It does, but I could have sworn you titled Drian as the Guardian.
That probably just a miscommunication.
Okay.
All right. With that being said, you would think that a mansion such as this would have at least something of a finished basement, but instead, Stark, you found yourself falling deep into a catacomb like tunnel. You were hit hard by the force of sickly undead bodies stuck together in what almost seemed like a hardened paste and clubbed through a wooden floor. You've fallen at least 100 feet, you're sure. You can feel the pain racking your body. Can you roll 10d6 for me?
Sure. Oh, you said 10d6?
Please and thank you.
Okay. $33.
You take that damage for me.
Would this
You
be
hit the ground.
bludgeoning?
Say again?
Would this be bludgeoning?
Yes.
Okay, I'll take half of that then.
You hit the ground, and you hit the ground hard.
Ugh.
You find yourself between stone walls, narrow passageways.
Ugh. Fuck. I haven't fallen that far in a very long time. Ugh. Stark stumbles onto his feet. Where in the hell am I?
From above you, some more debris begins to fall from a light, a very faint one, above you.
Huh. Matter? There's a floor below their mansion. Interesting. This may be an opportunity. Stark is. Are there multiple passages?
Many, many passages.
Okay. Let's see. Sure. Stark is going to summon a flock of familiars. All of them obviously being bats.
Well, obviously.
Obviously. Yes. And he's going to send each individual one through a different passageway.
And as you divide and conquer, you find that many of these passageways are lined with coffins. All of them vampires laid to rest. Some are simply just alcoves that hold jars, which you would assume are also the remains of other vampires, perhaps their ashes. Some of the name plaques are still intact, but for the most part, time has worn them away. Some of them are even written in old and ancient languages. For the most part, they are all titled with the name Mata. These catacombs aren't old enough to uh, to grandfather you, but they are old enough to have already begun falling to decay. About 50, maybe some more years. However, it is quite expansive. The catacombs here seem to sprawl out quite far, perhaps even under Darkhold. You would think that when House Mata left Ajaib and came here to Darkhold, that they almost immediately began this work. That is the only way you could think of. That or extensive uses of magic. But you don't know many prevalent mages of House Mata. In fact, the most prevalent mage, vampire, other than yourself, you know of is Amelia, the keeper of House Curso. No, this was done by hand and with brute force, and some craftsmanship as well. The stone is well laid, and the brick and mortar was perhaps cut by hand. All in all, it is a beautiful homage to the vampire bloodline that claims the seat of royalty here in Darkhold.
Okay. So, from what I can gather, there's nothing but dead vampires here.
Correct.
Hmm. Interesting. Okay. After gathering this knowledge, I suppose, there's nothing left to really explore. Stark will. Is. So there's still an opening above Stark.
There is, yes. It's quite high.
Okay. Stark will transform into a bat and fly his way up.
Begin to flutter his way back up. And your flock of bats follows you.
Indeed, it does.
Back to the festivities held Victor, Taiga, and Godfrey are all peering down below into the hole as your form flutters upwards. And a swarm of bats
As the swarm of bats reach the opening and begin to disperse, Stark regains his humanoid form. And he dusts himself off. Oh, very dusty
My
in
lord,
that bit. Ooh. Yes. Taiga, Godfrey, Victor, I assume you are all right.
are you okay? That thing, and then you, through the ground.
Yes, I'm perfectly fine, as you can tell. And Stark begins patting himself and showing off his unwounded body.
My lord, there is something strange about the occurrences of this battle. It ignored, clearly, all other combatants. Except for you. Why is that?
Yes. Hmm. Well, that is a good question. There could be many reasons. You know, I'm not. Well, not many people are fond of us, specifically, my child. We've made many enemies, not only in Darkhold. It would be hard to narrow it down.
As you had pulled your form together, your flock of bats still nearby, Atlantis had sauntered over. You can see Amelia a short ways away.
Atlantis is currently fiddling with the sending stone. How does this darn thing work? Hello, I need to speak with Melinda or one of the bringers. Ah, Melinda. Perfect. I have a guest coming to the circus at the moment by the name of Chimera. It's a dragon cleric. I have promised him use of the field nearby the circus. Please see that our guest is attended to. Yes, he's perfectly fine. He's not, I don't think he will cause any trouble. It, look, I need to, I have a couple of more things to take care of, Melinda. I can't talk all night as much of a joy it would be. But just make sure that he gets set up in the field. Apparently he can make his own dwellings. Stark and I shall return soon. He puts up the sending stone. It is getting quite tiresome being social.
Atlantis.
Ah, Stark, you have returned to us.
Yes, what happened? I seem to remember falling. Quite the distance. Where's
Yes.
the giant undead abomination?
No longer a problem. It has been disposed of.
Very good. As expected of the King of the Sea, obviously.
I will say your children are quite insolent, but I do admire their loyalty.
Yes. They are young. They will learn with time. Please do forgive them. They care for their sire quite a lot.
But more importantly, Stark, there is something else that has happened.
Yes, I can see that. And Stark points over to Amelia down the ways. What's happening? What happened while I was down there?
Atlantis looks back at Amelia and then steps closer to Stark and lowers his voice a little. The Queen has been kidnapped. I've spoken with her daughters, and we are to return tomorrow at sunset to discuss our plans.
Stark stifles a chuckle. The Queen has been kidnapped.
Yes, it is. I have agreed to help, but perhaps once we leave here, there is more that we can discuss about how to help.
Oh, shit. Things for matter do not look well.
No, they do not. He lowers his voice even more. She does not even have any plans in place for a successor.
Oh, fucking hell. There will be a there will definitely be a power struggle.
Yes.
In Mata itself. Well, we should not discuss this any further.
Yes, perhaps it is time to return to the circus and prepare for tomorrow.
Yes, perhaps that'd be best. This seems the party's over.
Yes. Naiad, retrieve my snail.
Well,
Your emissary quickly floats off to do your bidding.
Well, my children, it is time we depart. The festivities are over.
Is how closely Taiga is following you. You can sense it, the disappointment that they have in themselves.
Come now, Taiga. There was not much you could have done in that situation. You were still pinned to the ground when it happened. And well, I came out unscathed. There's nothing to feel bad about. You should know something like that is not going to kill me. Not that easily, at least.
If anything kills you, it shall be me.
Taiga
Now
begins
that-
to raise a sword towards you.
And Stark will raise his arm, motioning for Tiger to lower his weapon. Now that would be a battle for the ages.
And Lannis just gives Tyga a wide grin, flashing his fangs. Almost mockingly. And then turns to begin heading towards the door.
I will relish the day when you and I fight Atlantis.
Yes. I suppose I could admit that I have grown a bit of fondness for you, but, well, you have challenged my power once before, and we still have a score to settle.
Yes. Though you've won my allegiance. You have done many things that have insulted me and my kin. And for that, well, challenge is... a fight is overdue. Still.
It's a shame that we always seem so busy.
Very true. Things always seem to explode. Especially when we're together.
Good times.
Indeed, very good times. Though I don't think the others like that very much. Specifically, Ambassador.
Yes, well, he'll just have to get over it now, won't he?
Very true. I have never needed to watch my steps so much as I do now. As I fear your soul is at stake, which it is. Still. Well, has Naiad retrieved your snail?
Yes, I'm sure she is waiting outside. Come, let us be off.
Very well. Let me just wave goodbye to some people. Specifically Amelia. And, Stark... yeah, Stark will approach Amelia. Amelia.
Ah. Stark Van Heim. And here I thought you'd gone and done a drow goodbye.
Please. That would have been rude of me.
It would have. Good to see you have manners.
It's only natural. I've finally been recognized. I should at least show some courtesy.
Well, that is if you have the patience for those sort of games.
Well, I can't say I've ever been an impatient man.
Then I lend all that power to you. I trust all is well.
Absolutely. And I trust your goings-on is... well.
As well as could be. We have quite a stirring.
That indeed we do. Though, I believe I missed the climax of this situation.
Yes, I did notice you arrived from a hole in the ground.
Oh,
Not
yes.
figuratively.
Oh, no. Yes, I was just, I guess you could say planted into the floor by a giant fist, but that does not matter. I am alive. Well, relatively speaking.
All this and our queen is nowhere to be found. You would think she would show up if an undead creature was tearing apart her home. But of course, she cannot be bothered. It is the usual. Whatever the dealings may be, it seems her daughters will take care of it. They always do.
Mayhaps Darkhold is in need of a change.
She kind of raises an eyebrow. You would speak heresy like this in your own home. You are
Well,
brave or an imbecile. We will find out which very soon.
mayhaps so. But the Queen herself couldn't be bothered to defend her own home. So why would she care of heresy?
Words are deadlier than the sword in this court, Stark. You should know that.
Indeed I do. Which is why I speak in confidence. Well, it seems you, my dear Amelia, seem to have your hands full at the moment. It was lovely catching up with you. I'm sure we will speak again.
Yes. I did actually want to contact you about something quite important. I will be visiting your circus at some point.
Please, we would love to have you. Well, again, it was lovely speaking with you, Amelia.
Indeed
I hope
it
to speak
was.
to you. I hope to speak to you soon. Once again.
Very soon.
And Stark bows.
And she curtsies.
Take care now.
In due time, Stark Van Nine.
Stark waves and he heads back to... As he heads back to the group.
And Lannis has already made his way outside and
Whoops.
climbed up on on his snail and waiting for Stark.
Here we come. I hope you don't mind. We'll have a flock of some of my friends following us for a while.
Yes, very well. I have grown accustomed to your bats.
Really? I think this would be the first time you've seen my bats. I know you've seen me as a bat, but not specifically my bats.
Well, there are bats all over Darkhold.
I suppose. But my bats are special.
How so?
Well, just look at them. Quite cute, aren't they? And Stark holds out his finger as a little bat just lands on it. Look at him. absolutely adorable.
Yes. Well, perhaps it is time we get going then.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
We have
Hopefully
important
Gloombringer and the
business.
others are there.
Yes, I believe Amelia will be visiting the circus sometime soon. We should prepare for her arrival as well.
Yes. So many VIPs these days. Suppose I'll let one of the bringers know and let them take care of it.
That would be very helpful, yes. And it helps to have lots of connections, Atlantis.
Yes. That is why I am trying to do this social thing. I suppose some people react better to honeyed words rather than balled fists.
Very true. Still, today was not a very good day for socializing, I suppose, as we were attacked.
I don't know. I
Oh.
believe Lily likes me a fair bit.
Well, I think Lily's just... Never mind. That's not a conversation I should get into. But mayhaps this was a good display of power, if nothing else.
Absolutely. We have defended the Queen's home when no one else could.
Very true. And I have lived to see another day.
For now.
For now. Whereas the majority of the other vampires would have died.
Yes, they did not seem very impressive to me.
Yes. Sadly, a majority are not very strong.
Obviously.
Yes, honestly speaking, against my children, I would put everything on my children. I doubt they'd ever lose. You saw them in the battle. They can handle themselves.
They did. They do seem quite capable.
Indeed they are. Which is why I hold so much expectation for Faust. The first of his kind to live this long. Specifically in my family. My coterie.
Is Faust still with Ambassador?
Yes, he should still be in the 8th layer, unless things have changed.
And you're sure you trust him with Faust?
Well, no. Honestly, never trust a devil. But I don't have much choice. He has given Faust a piece of his magics, and I have gifted him my magics. It seems only fair that he holds at least some responsibility, along with myself.
Yes, I suppose so. Perhaps one day I will have children of my own. I would love to see how powerful they could get from my genes.
That would be an interesting day. You with children, I can only imagine. Honestly, I think I'd feel bad.
Why is that?
Well, you don't seem to be a very empathetic parent, Atlantis.
Yes, well, we were all raised differently, weren't we?
I suppose so, yes. But maybe you'll just prove me wrong. We won't know until it happens, now will we?
I suppose so.
Right. Well, how long until we arrive at the circus?
I think I see it on the horizon there. Probably not too much longer.
Oh, good. Sadly, we didn't get to dance like I was hoping. But I suppose we'll get other opportunities.
Yes, at least we did put on quite a performance.
That is very true. Though I will say, you do need to work on those war gongs of yours.
Oh,
Just
please.
a tad bit more.
My war gong skills are second to none.
True. However, most eyes were on me, which is the problem.
Yes, well...
We must both shine, Atlantis. I cannot be the sole star on the stage.
I was just simply allowing you to shine for your own people.
Yes, I see. Quite the humble king, I see.
Yes, I have been known to treat my subjects very well.
Well, I cannot wait to see how you treat the rest of your subjects once you've acquired more.
Yes, that day cannot come soon enough.
Well, I will remain your advisor until you see issue with me staying in that position.
But if you value your unlife, it will never come to that. Gosh, this trip is taking forever.
Yes. Yes, it is.
It's a fun talk, though.
Oh yeah, no, I can keep going, man.
DM, I believe we are ready to move on a little bit.
Yes. DM, I think we've talked for too long.
The gods have
The gods
ignored us.
The gods don't seem to want to fade to black. Or perhaps let us arrive at the circus.
So, Chimera doesn't seem too bad.
Yes, well, I didn't get to see them for long, obviously, as I was launched 100 feet down, but they did seem interesting.
Yes, they showed me proper respect, which I admire in a person.
Really? They showed you respect?
Yeah, well, is that so surprising?
Well, have you met the majority of the people here?
Yes, but he does not seem to be like these other vampires. He's not a vampire at all, obviously.
Well, yes, obviously, but I don't just mean, well, Darkhold. I mean a majority of this land. Most
Yes.
species or races can be very disrespectful.
Yes, they pollute my home and feast upon my people, and then want to act like I'm the bad guy.
Very true. Well, let's hope we get along. You said he's making his way to the circus?
Yes, he is setting up a dwelling on the field nearby.
Perhaps he's going to make a deal with our very Baron.
Not sure. He seems to know Dream and wishes to speak to her.
Dream? Well,
Yes.
that's interesting.
He claims to have no ill will towards her, but I suppose we shall see.
True. Have you ever noticed that only important things revolve around Dream? Such as, like, the egg, the unicorn egg, and the nightmare.
This damn unicorn egg. That Gloombringer seems to refuse to take responsibility for.
Yes, I heard the story. I think they killed two unicorns, from what I've heard.
Yeah. I wish I could say it wasn't my problem, but they are forcing it to be my problem.
That is very true. We did not ask to be, well, the protectors of this egg. We didn't kill the unicorn to begin with.
Yes.
But I suppose there is a hierarchy in the circus.
Yes, I'm still not sure about Gloombringer's leadership style, but perhaps he will come into his own one day.
That is true. But that is an interesting question. Is there a leader to the circus? Would it be Gloombringer? I don't think it would be Gloombringer. If
Well,
there
he
was
certainly seems to act like the leader.
Well, yes, that's just his personality.
And again, Baron seems to be much more highly regarded than he.
Yes, but Baron just stays in bed all day.
Yes. I suppose I can understand. He has suffered loss as we have.
True, however... Well, I
Perhaps
guess
we could speak to Baron and maybe try to perk him up a bit.
maybe. Or maybe we'll just make it worse. Guess we'll find out.
I suppose so.
Yes.
DM, did you fall asleep? Man starts waving at the sky.
God, are you here?
God. I don't think they're here.
God, I think we've become too entertaining, Atlantis.
I think so.
We can never be blacked out anymore. We can never
Perhaps
be
we are
faded.
stuck in some sort of illusion where this road goes on forever.
Oh God, is Shade back?
Oh no.
Is this going to be like that nightmare that we had?
Oh, I hope not.
Oh fuck. Not again. I'd rather not be a dragonborn centaur anymore.
It was fun though. I kind of missed that talking hand axe. Jacques, I believe his name was.
Oh, Lord Jacques was so charming.
Yes, and even swore his fealty to me, as we all should.
Very true, very true. I don't know. That Lance fellow seemed interesting.
Yes, I kind of felt bad for him, but not too much.
There was also that lovely lady. What was her name?
Oh,
Coffee.
Coffee, yes.
Yes, she seemed quite interesting.
Yes.
She told me that she'd taken over her world.
Oh,
She was the ruler and controlled armies of undead. It was fascinating.
really?
Yes,
I should get some tips from her one day.
maybe, if we ever do come across her.
Yes. Did she happen to say what world that was?
No. You know, we never got to that point. Like, towards the end of that conversation, you fell out of the sky.
Oh, yes. I did like the part right before that where Ambassador was hanging from a meat hook.
Oh, yes, that's right. Everyone was hanging from a meat hook.
Yes. Too bad about Faust, though.
Yes, though I am glad that was just a nightmare.
Yes.
Else I would have lost another child.
Yeah. I did wake up with some candy in my pocket, but it didn't seem to do anything.
Ah,
It was strawberry
yes.
flavored, though.
I also seem to have woken up with candy in my pocket. I never ate it. I still have it here.
Yeah.
But,
I ate mine long ago.
You said it was strawberry flavored?
Yes.
I couldn't taste it even if I wanted to.
Oh, I always forget about that.
Yes, this is just ash. It's usually here. You want it? I don't really need them.
Yeah, sure, I'll take it.
I'm gonna take them all. I've got like 3.
Oh, you're back. God, you're back.
Oh, God. We've been talking about candy for the past 10 minutes.
I was about to go just say, "Fuck it, let's go see Baron and get Baron on this."
I think this is a good point to fade, no?
We've been trying to fade for the past 20 minutes, huh?
My brain's not with it, so forgive me. If you you gotta be blatant with your cues. So
I don't.
We were calling out for God.
We were like, "Hey, DM, can we like?"
Are we ready to fade into black? Yeah.
I have to go pee, so I'll be right back.
we're actually going to fade close to the destination that you will make it. And indeed, Chimera, there is a sprawling amount of space that the Cirque Magnifique has taken up. You can see that there are unfinished tents and large plots of vacant space, all here, ripe for the taking.
All right, and I can just assume that I've talked to Melinda. She knows it's all cool. Yada yada yada.
Of course, who was right by your side and made sure to greet you, though you're not quite sure what means, but it seemed pleasant.
Okay, tone is all of you. Like, tone is half of communication, anyways.
Some would say more than that.
All right, so I'm gonna. Ooh, there's a nice little lake there. I'm gonna find a spot, maybe in the. Oh, I like this little spot right here. Oh, right there. I'm going to pick that out, and that feels perfect for a modest shelter that I have in mind. Very modest.
Something of a hut.
Something. It's really in the eye of the beholder. Not a beholder, but you know what I mean. And I'm going to take some time and cast Temple of the Gods.
Ah.
And what I guess it takes an hour. After the hour, what appears is a temple with 6 spires. Atop each spire, there's a large gem representing one of each of the gemstone dragon races. So you got your crystal, your moonstone, all that kind of fun stuff. And the building itself is just covered in carvings on the outside. It's brightly lit and covered, and every possible space has stained glass on it. And let's see. I'm just going to drop a little a reference of what the Cirque might see, just with 6 spires. And for anyone who happens to have draconic blood or worships worships Sordior, there's from the relevant spire to their bloodline, it almost functions as if it's a lighthouse, but in reverse. Instead of warning that there's danger and to stay away, instead it is calling and inviting, indicating that this is a space for worship as well as for sanctuary. And knowing that there's now probably 20 to 30 Darkhold families who are going to wake up and discover that there's a person missing from their family. There's an empty chair at the breakfast table. Chimera is going to be anticipating that some will seek out refuge of religion. Maybe they don't even have a strong tie to any of the draconic gods, but sometimes just in a moment of pain, you just need something greater than yourself. So Chimera is going to leave the doors to the church open, inviting anyone who wants to come in. And yeah, there's more description, but let's leave it at that for now.
Okay. I'm gonna put.
Oh, I got a daytime picture, Son, if that's what you.
Do you want to use that exact image?
Well, it was nighttime, so I sent you that one, but here's a better one. That's daytime.
Is that the image you want to use?
Sure, let's use that one.
Okey-dokey.
I think it fits more because your map is daytime.
Wait, it's daytime?
Well, we use the daytime picture for the map.
Okay.
It isn't daytime, but it doesn't quite matter either way.
Yeah, Son, I'm going to count on you to swap out the pictures depending on the time of day in the campaign.
That will not happen.
That is completely fair.
We're in Darkhold. It's always nighttime.
That. And let me see if I can't. I can't. So I will. Hold on 1 second.
And Chimera's not sure if there will be people who enter, but he definitely leaves the doors open. And as he enters this space dedicated to a greater deity, a space that's also dedicated to the idea of sanctuary and neutrality. As he walks through the doors, the weapons that the Chimera has become almost ethereal. They're still there, but they become weightless and unable to be grasped, as well as the components that he happens to be carrying for spells. If there's any components that are used solely for offensive magic, those will also slightly fade away from this world. They will return when someone exits the threshold.
Broke it. There we go. Okay. And I'm just going to put this on the map now and block it in place. Okay. How long does it take you to do this?
Do what?
To do the
Oh.
temple.
The spell, I think, is an hour temple. Yeah, 1 hour to casting.
And in an hour's time, you've attracted somewhat of a gathering. But perhaps not exactly who you thought would show up. Now, the vampires of Darkhold are scarce to be found, but flocking to this temple are the human citizens. Those that seemingly, as you listen to their prayers, though they do not follow Sardior, come, seeking refuge, and pray that their pain and suffering at the hands of the vampire clans and many of the other terrible creatures of the night that plague Darkhold will end soon.
All right, and as I enter, I'm going to by the door. There's a large stone bowl, and holding my hand over the bowl, I'm going to just say the draconic word for hill, and 10 berries will appear in the bowl, cascading from my hand and landing. I'll do this 2 or 3 more times to ensure that everyone who comes to the temple can eat. And this is Goodberry.
And you make sure that the alms are dutifully passed out to the parishioners. Now,
So this is, oh, sorry.
go on.
So this is primarily a temple to Sardior, but Chimera does recognize that the neutral space, to some extent, this neutral space only exists based on the greater spectrum of the existence of good and evil. So while probably 95% of this space is dedicated to neutral draconic gods, there are 2 side chapels, one dedicated to Bahamut and one to Tiamat. As long as the good and the evil aligned dragons are effectively abiding by the rules of this space, they are also welcome to appeal to their gods as well. And as these parishioners enter, they do see a couple things. The first is that the stained glass that dots every window is sort of overwhelming on the inside, and despite it being night, the interior of this space is lit up as if it is daytime. From a distance, it might appear to be stained glass, but in reality, it's actually murals depicting great and mighty dragons, as well as many scenes made out of very thinly shaved gems. You got your greens made up by emeralds, you got your reds made up by rubies, etc. And on the walls and in the space, there are sort of dedicated plinths to various mighty warriors, martyrs who died in Sardior's name. All this recognition and respect of those who have come before us. And just another reference, this is what it looks like on the inside to those walking through. So knowing that there is, like I said, 25, 30 families who are absent a member, and I'm not sure what people need, I'm just going to open the space, offer food and water, and then sort of let everyone sort of approach the moment as they will.
And how open are you to those who approach you?
Very welcome. I'm just going to take a seat in one of the pews and just sort of digest the thoughts of everything that has happened today. And like I said, if someone chooses to approach, they're welcome.
There is one young human girl who does approach. She's rushed and out of breath. She almost lands at your feet. You are a godsend through this this nightmare, the creator of a place of haven. I presume much, but I must ask for your help.
I will always listen, but just so you're aware, everything that is in this space is as a result of Sordior, not myself.
And she
I am
points to
simply
a
a
large
vessel.
image of Sardior and interrupts you. Is that not you? Are
No,
you not a godsend?
no, I am simply a disciple. I apologize if that disappoints.
Only if you cannot help will I be disappointed.
In that case, go on. What is troubling you?
What is troubling me? Please look around yourself. Look at the state of which Darkhold is in, and ask again, what is troubling me? My mother, my father, my brother, they're all gone. Everyone. If it wasn't a vampire, it's a lupine. If it isn't that, then the spirits will get you. And you'll be lucky enough for that to happen, or the madness will come. And you'll be so full of fear that you'll frenzy. I do not want this for myself, but I feel my mind slipping into that horrible cycle. I feel the fear creeping on me, taking away every last bit of my sanity. I beg you, please, there must be something that can be done. Take me to be your keeper, your ward, your maid. Keep me safe within these walls, I beg of you. I beg of you, I beg.
And Gamira is going to nod along and just play your DM. Do I have confidence that like these walls will, protect not just from physical threats, but will prevent the entry of these malicious spirits and energies?
Let's look at Temple of the Gods once more, shall we?
Temple.
Alright. The temple opposes types of creatures you choose when you cast a spell. Choose one or more of the following: celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead. If a creature of the chosen type attempts to enter the temple, that creature must make a charisma saving throw. On a failed save, it cannot enter the temple for 24 hours. If the creature can't enter the temple, the magic there hinders it. Whenever it makes an attack, ability check, or saving throw, it must roll a d4 and subtract the number from the d20. Sensors created by divination spells cannot appear inside. Creatures within cannot be targeted by divination spells. And whenever a creature in the temple regains hit points, they regain additional hit points equal to your wisdom modifier. It blocks ethereal travel, and it cannot be dispelled by dispelled magic. Anti-magic field has no effect on it, but a disintegrate spell will destroy the temple instantly. If you cast the spell on the same spot every day for a year, the effect becomes permanent.
Okay.
I would say you can exclude the undead, and that would deal with most all of those creatures she spoke of. Maybe not lupines, but that might be easily dealt with.
Yeah. No, and that feels on brand as well. Undead is an aberration of the natural cycle and order, which is something that's valued from a neutral perspective. So, yeah, we'll just exclude the the undead, and we'll assume that that gives sort of a modicum of respite.
Poor Stark.
All right. Stark made his choices. All right. Returning to the conversation, Chimera is going to nod along and say, "You are more than welcome to learn while you're in the temple. There is significant literature, and I would encourage you, don't be too hasty. I will, of course, welcome you if you choose to worship Sordior, but please make an informed decision, and you are welcome to stay as long as you need to."
Thank you. Thank you. You truly are. You are our godsend.
My pleasure. And tell me, I didn't catch your name. Mine's Chimera.
Ah, I don't even know if I have a name anymore. Everyone that ever knew it knew me. Even my friends, my neighbors, they're all gone. I guess in that lifetime, I was Shayna.
Shayna.
Yes, the name my mother gave me after her own.
I like that name. Shayna, it's a pleasure to meet you. There's... Oh, I see you've already grabbed a berry. Enjoy, that'll keep you fed. There's water, and in the back there's it's modest, it's very humble, but there is a dorm space where you're welcome to sleep and consider whether you do seek to join in Sordior's sanctuary and receive his blessings.
If Sardior is there any bit as benevolent and kind as you have proven to be, then perhaps there are many things I need to look at. This is a new life for me. That is what I decided.
And Chimera will give a nod, and then let's continue talking every day. Let's just have maybe a cup of tea and understand how you're feeling.
I will be honest. Never have I stepped into a temple and felt so relieved, so welcomed. I hope to
It's
see you.
very...
I hope to see you very soon.
Of course, and I feel that same way still. every day when I step into one of these temples. It's your soul almost saying that it is at peace and comfortable where it is. That's how I interpret that feeling.
And wise, of course. Very wise. Thank you. Thank you so much. She goes and sits at one of the pews closer towards the statue in the center of the room. One that's been almost crowned by all the other fixtures. The statue to Sardio.
Okay. I'm just going to sort of passively watch and then just wait if there's anyone else who needs even just a kind ear, someone to listen to, and if not, I'll retire for the evening.
And there are a few straggling souls. A couple of them are drunk. Some of them are just looking for a place to sleep for the evening. But you get a good amount of them stumbling in. Can you roll a d20 for me?
Happy to. Eight.
Okay. You got 8 stragglers. 2 of them are drunks. The rest are displaced. Many without homes, many without families. And only a few of them found here. Each of them spoke and said that the spires of this cathedral spoke to them, that for each of them, a singular one of those gems began to glow.
That is amazing. It's small. I didn't come here to gather followers, but it's been a very long time since I've sort of been active in the world. For a very long time, I've been spending most of my days with other dragons, dragonkind. It's interesting to see and watch humanoids come in and embrace the religion. And with that, I'm going to retire to the Amethyst Tower, where I do have a small, modest room. And knowing that it's fairly obvious where I am, this is a fairly significant target, if someone chooses to perceive it that way. Bulwark and I go through our normal evening time rituals, where he knows to stay close, and I just trust that he will be within a 50, 75 feet, and just of me just watching over. He might be flying around the outside, might be hanging out on the balcony, but
Never too
I
much.
trust that. Yeah, exactly.
All right. One of the main reasons you would trust Bulwark with your life is because Bulwark's own life depends on yours. And even further from that, Bulwark is as much a piece of you as you are a piece of him. Your tandem spirits are birthed from your discipline and dedication, a symbol of your devotion to Sardio, a blessing only placed upon the most prodigious of acolytes. A long time coming indeed. These wards, these prayers, each of them practiced centuries, maybe even millennia over. There is a perfection to your craft, and it is exemplified in these simple moments. Sardior surely does smile down upon you.
And with that, trusting in both Sordior as well as Bulwark, I'm going to retire for the night.
Okay. Huh, we're still missing Mitchell, we're still missing Nemesis. It is 9:52 and I am fading quickly. I'm gonna be honest, y'all, I'm not really sure what to do here. I'm stuck. Maybe you want to do that taxi thing, Ben. I could pull you into these scenes, and it could also pull our friends into Eden. I'm not sure, honestly. I don't know if Ben is still here or not.
What taxi thing?
I had mentioned that Crescent could easily be an escort to and from in this instance. Okay, well
Oh, Mitch should be right there.
there's Gloom. Yeah, you could always call reinforcements. We could get you guys all into the same place at once since the party's over now. Atlantis, Stark, you guys are going home to go and to rest, right? To turn in for the evening?
Yeah, and to like discuss what we're going to do tomorrow. But if we go to Eden, that's a moot point till we return anyway.
Yeah.
You know, Revelry is in the material plane and in Eden at the same time, so just come on over.
Well,
Have a hookah.
I will say this. You used an illusion. You didn't use like a demi plane. Right? Because those are different spells. I remember
That's
you using
true.
Arcane and hallucinatory terrain. So you've
So-
created magical images of these things. And though Eden is close to the dreaming, it isn't the dream realm. I would allow that in the dream realm, but even still, if you were in the dream realm, you might as well just do demi-plane, which I believe is also demi-plane. Or no, is it a conjuration spell?
I don't have access to that.
Right, demi-plane is a conjuration spell, so you wouldn't be able to exactly do that just yet until you're
So, it was through the
Manifest Dream.
Yeah, Manifest Dream. That was casting Mirage Arcane.
Yeah.
So it was an illusion spell. However, everything was cast through Crescent's magic because that's how it works.
Correct.
And Crescent, being a Moonstone Dragon, has little pocket portals in all sorts of realms and planes leading back to their little nest. If you if you read all the lair action stuff. So I was figuring, due to the nature of the magic and the flavor of the dreaming and the text on the Moonstone Dragon, that this was another kind of entry to Crescent's lair. Doesn't have to be. They don't give any mechanics to that portal kind of thing,
What I'm
but
looking at right now. I'm gonna leave it to be the demi-plane, and I think I'm also going to. I'll make that more accessible by adding that into Crescent's one-a-day spells. Does that feel more feasible?
sure.
And we'll say you can use those one-a-day spells with spell slots, like we have been. So if you need to cast it once again or multiple times, you'll be able to do that.
Okay.
So we'll just add that in there.
I was treating it metaphorically, similar to how we treated Dream of the Blue Veil as a literal journey instead of a metaphorical journey. This would be a literal same place instead of a metaphorical same place.
Mm-hmm. I like that, but we're just gonna add demi-plane there, so that way there's
Okay.
some more hard and fast mechanics to it.
I was also thinking that if your intention is to taxi, that would be a smooth way of doing it. They can just kind of walk into Revelry and be like, "Oh, hey guys, thought you were in Eden."
Exactly.
We are in Eden.
And that's exactly what demi-plane will do. Because if Revelry exists in a demi-plane and it has multiple entrances and multiple exits, they will enter and then exit in that fashion, if that makes sense.
Okay, then let's do a little retcon and add that demi-plane casting into the actually then I don't need to do the what is it called? Mirage Arcane.
I think the Mirage Arcane is great because you can flavor it again as like helping to conceal it. So we can keep everything the same. We'll just throw in the little demi-plane there, and we'll just leave it unsaid. Because you know, I know, and now everyone at the table also knows.
There we go.
There we go. Simple, easy fix. But we are just going to say that it uses the rules for demi-plane. So it technically lasts for an hour, the doorway that you created. The demi-plane always exists, however. So Revelry will always exist with the doorway itself to get into Revelry if it is not on a material plane, or its starting plane, which we'll say is connected to Cirque Magnifique. The doorway only lasts for an hour. When open, it leads to the demi-plane that you have just selected it to go to. We're gonna ixnay the room 30 feet in each dimension, because Revelry is just a little bit bigger than that, and we're not gonna go too crazy, but we're not gonna stick too hard and fast to that dimension. We're also not gonna stick too hard to wood or stone. Revelry can be made of what we would like it to be made of. I will also say that Revelry counts as... I'll say Revelry counts as the dream. Yeah, I'll say Revelry counts as the dream. Yeah, that sounds good. I like that, actually. Since it's a demi-plane. Yeah? Okay.
And where does Gloombringer fit into all of this?
Nowhere yet.
Rubbish. I will accept my fate.
We're still trying to figure out exactly where we are going.
Oh.
Well, perhaps Stark and I could stop for a drink as we discuss matters.
We've talked enough about candy.
Well, this isn't candy, it's drink. I can't eat candy.
My question
thought you couldn't
here
drink
is,
either.
we want to fast forward to the point of the evening where everyone is asleep. Did you guys really have things that you wanted to talk about? Et cetera, et cetera. Mitch is
I wanted to request Gloombringer and or Nemesis go down to Drion and see if he had an something that the king has given him, an object,
Sure.
maybe his punishment decree. If they're blood relatives, his blood will do. And if very least, if he doesn't have any physical objects, if you could bring him to the surface, and I could take a memory of the king, I think that will work as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Gloombringer loves to be asked favors.
Other than that, if they do end up meeting with Draymond Gloom, Atlantis would want to talk to Gloom.
Gloom would happily do this for
For now, I'm gonna say that
it'd be real great if coincidentally they're walking into Revelry as we have the demi-plane open.
I think even better than that, instead of coincidentally, you make this happen. You can reach them through the dreaming. So I'm going to say, Stark, Atlantis, you decide to turn in for the evening. You will discuss whatever needs to be discussed in the morning. / most of it was discussed on your ride over. Pretend that you didn't spend all of your time talking about candy for no reason.
Oh no, that was all canon. That happened.
Yes. That was like a third of our conversation.
Yeah.
They were shit talking us for the rest of it.
I was hoping that it wouldn't be that, but here we are.
Character building.
Yes, listen. You decided not to fade us to black, so we bantered.
Yeah, you missed it, Mitchell. Me and Stark were just talking on the way back to the circus, and then eventually we just kept talking, and eventually we were like, okay, we're going to fade to black now? No? Okay, well, let's just keep talking.
We were literally
DM just can't find the button.
But it's almost like I gave you the opportunity to use your airtime to do the thing.
I mean, you could have planned what you wanted to do with the queen. You could have speculated about what.
Well, Atlantis is really mainly where
dragon was.
Speak to Gloom and Stark about it together.
Oh, have a little fun, Dream.
Anyway.
That's exactly what we were discussing it on the way.
Anyway. I'm gonna send y'all to bed. And Dream, this would be a great opportunity for you to walk across the plains that you are very well versed in. Find yourself alongside with Crescent, leaving behind your corporeal bodies and floating back across the blue veil towards Toril, towards the Cirque Magnifique, where many of your compatriots and even some new powerful forces are dreaming. You're actually pulled first to a great temple, one that you did not know it even existed on the grounds of Cirque Magnifique, and you're pretty sure must be a new addition. You're not so blatantly unaware that something of this scale would go unnoticed. Does it pique your interest enough to do anything about it? Dream, what do you do?
Do I feel the pull of the beacons? Or does Crescent feel the pull?
I would say definitely Crescent, who notices that this is a giant temple dedicated to gemstone dragons, much like herself. Specifically the gods of those gemstone dragons, and specifically Sardior himself.
We have lived 1,000 lives since then. But are you feeling nostalgic, Crescent? Let's check it out. No harm could come from it.
Wow.
Seems.
No harm, you say? I don't know about that.
Isn't Sardior god of neutrality?
Yes, but who is to say what that holds in store for us? I'm growing more and more wary of the Cirque Magnifique dream. I'm not sure what we got ourselves into.
They seem very uncaring about the shadow that they're standing in, blissfully unaware of the hammer about to fall. I'm hoping this train will be the impetus to what the Gede had said. But here they are off partying with vampires. You're right. Let's go grab our stragglers. Get this train over with so we can get down to real business. There'll be time enough to revisit Sardior when we're here in corporeal form.
If we do have time, we could always make a stop on our way back. I really think that we need reinforcements. And if we have power on our side, we should bring it with us to Eden. Not through force exactly, but well, maybe that is what I'm saying. just dream. There is a creature out there that rivals our own power and lives where we are strongest. We must be very careful.
We have been far too hasty. We must take precautions next time. I have several things in mind, but you're right. It seems that this is where the Cirque is going, towards this train, for whatever reason. Let us close this chapter so we can start reading the important book. Make sure that she's stopped.
And without another word, Crescent pushes forward. Where or who are you going to first? Ben?
Muted.
Oh, I was muted. Let's go to Mr. Van Hagner first. Slayer of the Blood Fiend, Champion Vajaib.
Who is dreaming of another rocking bass solo? Dream, you and Crescent emerge from the crowd and see Stark on stage, dreaming of his glory.
Would Stark see them approaching?
Of course. The only things out of place in your dream.
Ah, dream. Crescent. What can I do you for?
Are you done revering with the vampires? You've
Well, I suppose I could make time for the both of you. Though, I don't think these people would be very happy.
The crowd starts to boo and
Dream-
throw tomatoes at you.
Dream waves a hand, quick flick of the wrist, and the crowd's gone.
And so are the tomatoes that once stained your armor and Crescent's scales.
I was getting fond of the attention.
There's
well,
time enough.
I
We
suppose so.
have taken Jadot to the realm of Eden, and we have hit a slight snag. Themes Drian is held by force by his father, the king. And with the Vanguard of Terror, I am hesitant to use the full extent of my powers without more protections.
So you've come to pick us up, in a sense.
I've come to see if the Cirque is really serious about getting this train.
Well, I couldn't really tell you. This train is not a passion of mine. if you were to need reassurance, I'd imagine one of the founding members of the Cirque would be better suited to answering, well, your doubts.
And then what guidance are you under here in the Cirque?
I am under the guidance of Baron.
You have been marked by the Gede, just as I have. And he said, get this train to me. What did he tell you?
He told me, get along with Gloombringer and help him out. And that's exactly what I was intending to do.
Well, Gloombringer is in Eden right now. So let's go.
Very well.
Who else is here? Atlantis?
Atlantis should be in his room, I suppose. Or I guess his dream. I don't.
Is Atlantis asleep?
Should be. Atlantis. What
I,
are you dreaming of?
Finally, Daedalus, I have you in my clutches, and I shall have my long-awaited revenge.
And you're holding your meat Weasley brother by his throat, his gills clenched in your hand. He's gasping for water. You see Dream's head poke out from around them. Daedalus looks a little confused. He looks at you, and then he looks at Dream, and then he looks back at you again.
This one again?
Give me a second, Daedalus.
Doesn't this one get old? I mean, you could at least kill him in a different way sometimes.
And you set his hands down, and he brushes himself off, and he just kind of nods, like, "Yeah, I'll be over here." And he swims off.
So this is what you dream of.
I find a hands-on approach is more intimate. And what do you want, Dream?
I have come because our target in Eden is being held by his father, the king. I thought we would let you in on the regicide, as you seem so fond of it.
I suppose Eden is on a different plane, yes?
We had originally proposed that you take his place.
Yes, I do remember that. I mainly ask because there is something that could use our attention, but if Eden is on a different plane, then time will not matter very much. So, very well. Let us be off. We shall see what kind of metal this king has.
Do you guys know anything about the big temple on the outskirts?
You'd have to ask Atlantis here.
Yes, we met a new, acquaintance at the party. He is a dragonborn cleric named Chimera. I offered him stay at our circus since he helped us. Oh, that reminds me, he says he knows you, Dream.
Knows me?
Yes, he specifically came looking for you to speak with you.
I don't think I have any dealings with a cleric of Saridor.
Perhaps it is related to Crescent then.
Then it seems that we do have to make that pit stop after all, Dream.
Very well. Then let us stop there, and you can introduce me to your new acquaintance, Atlantis.
Yes, very well. Daedalus, I shall return for you later.
And he kind of shrugs. He kind of looks a little offended. Really?
Yeah. Go throw
Priorities.
yourself off a cliff or something.
And as you say that,
So-
Cliff appears and he stumbles backwards.
So that's your brother, Atlantis.
Yes, or a facsimile of him. Daedalus is his name.
He doesn't look all that great to me.
Well, it has been a while since I've seen him, but I have always thought him weaker than I.
Perhaps that is why he seems quite meek. Well, it doesn't matter. I suppose this is merely a dream.
Yes, I look forward to the day that I get to see him in person again.
Right.
I'm very thankful that neither of you were having nightmares. We are
Yes.
constantly bombarded by them.
It's
I don't-
honestly quite refreshing. I haven't had a good dream in quite the long time.
I haven't had a single nightmare since this business began.
Now, don't go cursing it.
Well, if they wish to
Let's-
challenge me in my own head, then I welcome them to do so.
Okay.
God damn it, guys.
Who is that?
I think I just heard God.
Wait, was that Stark after he got hit through the floor?
We are outmatched, outgunned, and we've been unable to bring the full power of the dreaming to wheel because of the Vanguard of Terror. Don't have time to deal with him now, so quit invoking their name.
Atlantis, you may be my king, but I would not save you from killing yourself.
Yes, y'all don't have any confidence in yourselves, you know that?
And you should smile more. You're
He's
much
right.
cuter when you smile.
Not that.
I believe we should be going.
Dream is right, though. You should try to smile at least a little more.
Let's go to the temple.
Yes, of course.
I'll let Dream lead the way.
Back to the temple to Sardior. What does an acolyte of the Gem Dragon dream of?
The gem dragon you speak of, he... Oh, I just saw what you did on the map. Very fun, son. Anyways.
Yeah, I have fun sometimes.
As you enter Chimera's dream, you see a battlefield. Judging from the people who are fighting and the weapons and armor, this is a very old fight, something that happened a long time ago. Predates your existence for sure. And what you see is not a winning campaign, but instead actually the deaths of dragonborns who are in combat. And at the center of this, you see Chimera, who's directing a losing battle.
Ah, battlefield. This brings me back.
And where is Chimera in all of this?
He's right there.
When the scene opens, Chimera is directing as an officer in the army would. However, it becomes apparent from the losses that this is a moment to be a fighting leader. And as the losses mount, Chimera is going to cease directing and get directly involved. And he joins the fray.
With a powerful breath weapon, you clear a wave of enemies, only to see as the force clears, there's a dragon and a mortal, an elf it seems, standing there in its wake.
Atlantis, do you have any popcorn?
We won't need any if this keeps going on. I almost want to jump in there myself.
You see Crescent and Dream. A
Do I?
dragon and an elf rider.
So I know from conversation that Dream is an elf.
Correct.
Crescent's elf. Do I recognize Crescent herself?
Partially. You recognize she's a Moonstone dragon. She's actually quite young. Comparatively, of course.
Of course.
Full grown, just not ancient yet.
And after a moment, Chimera, upon seeing them, is going to motion for them to join the fray, shouting specifically to Crescent that our allies are losing this fight. We need your strength.
Is Ben muted again?
Oh. Dream is going to raise a hand and everything's going to stop. Freeze in place. Crescent's going to fly over to Chimera. You are Atlantis has sung your praises.
Am I aware that this is a dream now?
Very much so.
Okay.
Chimera, hello again.
Hello, Atlantis. Thank you. It sounds like you've been very generous with your praise. This This must be Crescent. Beautiful. You're a beautiful Moonstone Dragon. It's a shame we don't see you much in the temples these days.
We have our own calling.
Yes, but don't forget, there's always room to rejoin the fold.
I'm afraid we have bigger concerns right now than our existential faith. Atlantis has noted that you were looking for us.
I am. I, in fact, wasn't looking for you at first. I was looking for Jamal Jadot. He has committed crimes against Sardior himself. So I was shocked when I was following him to see that you, Crescent, had allied with a enemy of Sardior.
The gods' allegiance are fickle like the wind. I hardly keep track of things like that.
I'm sorry, Atlantis. I'm still caught up. Did he just hit on the dragon?
I think so, but they are both dragons, right?
Yes, but one is like a humanoid. Wouldn't that be weird? Or is that not weird? I don't know.
I'm afraid we need Jadot for the time being. However, we are wrapping up business, and they are. I have no concerns over his well-being after we have what is ours.
That is fine by me. I'll allow it.
How benevolent of you.
As soon as your dealings with him are over. He belongs to Sardior.
I doubt you'd be interested in hastening our dealings along.
I'm not sure I seek to ally with someone who's been marked for death by my god.
So, hear me out. What if we simply kill Jadot and take the train?
No, it can't be that simple. It has to be a willing trade. Otherwise, his people will hunt us to the end of the earth.
Very true, and we're already being hunted by many, many beings at the moment. To add on to that would be foolish.
I mean, they wouldn't know that it was us, right?
we plan to take the train. If they find the train, they find us. They just point fingers.
Well, we could just tell them that Jadad is still with Dreon. Or whoever.
I mean, do you hear yourself? Have you met the people of Ajaib?
Yes, and I didn't care for them one bit.
Exactly. Mostly due to their tolerance and trusting nature.
Always a kink in the plan. All I need is
Anyway.
this damn train.
I'll tell you what, Dream. Jamil stole something from Sardio. And I believe he has stored it on his train. I will join you if I can reclaim what is not Jamil's to take.
No concerns of mine. And I welcome Sardio's might. You did not fall in this battle. Looks around her. And surely you have grown since then.
That I have. And Jamil is mine when we are in possession of the train. I shall visit the justice that his country prescribes for his crimes. Are we on the same page?
Once Gloom gets his train, and we can get on to important matters, that man is of no concern of mine. Do with him as you please. Shall we go to him?
Yes. And let's work quickly because justice doesn't like to wait.
Atlantis, are we sure inviting this cleric was a good idea?
He is quite powerful. He could prove to be a useful ally in our battles ahead.
Yes, but he could also prove to be an annoying adversary if things go awry.
I suppose we will have to cross that bridge when we get to it.
I suppose you're right.
You've not seen them yet. The Gede.
Me?
You are on their grounds, but you are not marked. You should go see Samdi.
I feel like that is not something that I would like to do. Doesn't feel like it's in my best interest.
Ooh.
What's my you have not sworn to them. You have an active oh well. Can't be helped. Enemies abound. If at very least I trust you not to betray Crescent. I do hope you stave your sword until after this matter is over then, though.
That was our agreement.
True. And I suggested we talk to Baron to make that a little bit more binding.
Ark, I'm starting to feel some tension between them.
I felt the tension the moment these two began talking. Well, ladies, are we leaving? Aren't we meant to be somewhere?
Art.
Yes, not worry so much, Dream.
My time here grows short. Let's be away.
Very good. Would any of you care for a candy?
Didn't you already give them to me?
I gave you one.
Oh.
I've got two more. Chimera, are you interested?
I am good, thank you.
Very well.
Atlantis pulls his out and pops it in his mouth.
Here, have another one.
Ooh.
Atlantis. I guess people at the circus aren't big fans of candy.
You'd think the opposite would be true.
I know, it's a fucking circus.
Cotton candy abound.
Yes, exactly. But I guess to each their own.
Yes, they're a loss.
God, if only I could eat regular food.
Well, off we go.
Indeed. Let's depart.
Somebody could lead the way out of this dream.
Yes.
Cough.
Oh, gods. Is it happening again, Atlantis?
Oh, no. Well, what should we talk about this time? We do have 2 other companions with us now.
I suppose this could be a good opportunity to get to know our new companion better.
You fade into the banter, and then you look around, and you're no longer in a battlefield, but in revelry. And there's Gloom, and Nemesis, and Dot.
Perfect. I could use a drink.
What the fuck? What does that mean?
Wait, am I awake now?
Oh, that's true.
Or are we still asleep?
Are we awake, or is it just our subconscious?
Very confused. Oh well, Gloom. I do have things to speak to you about.
Oh, friends, yes. Well, please, yes, entertain me with your talking topics.
Well, I believe I have found an opportunity for this. I believe I have found an opportunity for the Cirque to acquire much power in Darkhold.
Hmm?
Do you speak of the Queen's kidnapping?
Yes.
I assumed Stark would be approaching me with premeditated plans for acquiescing Darkhold, but I'm loving the ambition, Atlantis, I must say.
Yes, well, he was a bit indisposed, so I had to take matters into my own hands.
Yes, I did.
Matters into my own hands, eh?
I fell 100 feet into a pit.
Ooh. What was down there anyway?
It was just catacombs, old remains of matter vampires. Basically just a graveyard.
Yeah. Well, yes, the Queen of House Mata has been kidnapped, and her daughters are all in disarray.
I spit out my wine. Wait, you've already done this?
Well, we did not personally do it. Somebody else did. But I figured we could take advantage of the situation.
Very true. This is a very advantageous situation.
Oh, so okay. So to be clear, Queen has been kidnapped.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Ah, yes. And you think it's a good idea to...
Well, I suppose it all depends on how we want to go about it, but the Queen would have to be out of the picture, perhaps convince her daughters that she is no longer fit to lead.
Well, that's obvious that she's missing.
Yes.
An organization without a head is... well...
But what in the hell is he talking to me about it for? I thought you said you had a plan, and now you're just coming at me with ideas. Besides, again, I'm not the one you need. And I'll look over to Stark. We have a young suitor over here, and a gaggle of girls waiting to take the throne. What are you doing here?
Well,
here
specifically,
we were brought by Dream.
Ah, yes, well. We have more pressing. Put it on the list. And I'll whip out my imaginary list as I normally do, and I'll count down, and I'll just write Stark, Bachelor.
I thought that was pretty nice.
Quick, Atlantis, use the sending stone. Tell Melinda to put it on the list.
Where is it? Melinda, put it on the list. Hello?
Have you been able to get anything from Dreon?
Oh, yes, I did say I did say I'd do that, didn't I? Well, you see, the thing is I was having a splendid conversation with one of the fairies, and, well, she was being actually quite nice this time, and didn't want to morph me into anything dissatisfying. And, no.
You spent your time talking to a fairy.
I have this weird thing where I breathe air, and makes it very difficult for me to go find Dreon. Maybe you can tag Van Heinrich and the C one. Go see.
I'm going to say I have magic for that, but I suppose I could go.
That won't be at all necessary. I think I can handle it. Just need to just not be such a lazy asshole, and I'll just be going.
He admits it.
As I walk out the door and I begin to float. A few moments, Dream.
You know, Stark, maybe we should just leave that situation by ourselves.
Perhaps. Oh, maybe I should call you the C1 from now on. Quite like that name.
I prefer the king of the C1, but whatever.
The king of the C1, I see very well.
Yes, and besides, he's a man, so he's very clearly a seaman.
Where's that drink?
Where's that fade to black button?
Listen, if you need someone who doesn't need to breathe, I am your man.
And I can help. I can't breathe underwater, but I can easily hold my breath for 10 minutes.
I can
Atlantis
breathe in
fucking
air
breathes.
and water. Yeah.
Yes, Atlantis lives in the fucking ocean, so.
I'm an amphibian.
All right, then you do it.
Well, Gloom
Me
is
and
already on
Atlantis-
it, so...
Me and Atlantis are prime. Prime candidates, if it's under the sea.
Under the sea.
Everything's better.
Down where it's wetter. I know.
Take it from me.
Son, are you fading again?
If
I think
Blooming
so.
is going, fuck it, I'll go as well.
Yeah, we may as well make sure he doesn't get in any trouble.
If they were here, they would say, "Children, all of you, in jail."
Jail.
Specifically, just Carla.
Me? What? What the fuck did I do?
I'm just trying to quote San as best as I can.
You're right. Some targeted me for no reason.
Yeah.
And not me, because I'm her favorite.
Yep.
And then they would proceed to gaslight you on that fact and hold Joe above your head.
Yep.
And then maybe dabble in a bit of short kingedness.
Talk about how modest and humble they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then finish it off with, praise me.
Yep.
I am a gracious God.
Don!
Come back, we miss you. I didn't mean any of that.
We can't continue without our dungeon master.
Just
You're missing the very end. The last part of that is Son saying, but we all know that Ben is actually my favorite.
Yep. True.
Jezebel, why are you so cute?
No matter how much love I show, I'm always outshined by Atlantis.
As it should be.
You bastard.
Come at me, my bro.
Things were better when I was still the fox.
Yes, I did quite like Dante. Whatever happened to him?
He's chilling in the forest.
Ah, gross.
He's been in the forest for the past week.
Feels like it's been longer than a week.
Well,
Few months at least.
it's been a few days since we came back from the past.
Yeah. Time travel. It's weird.
And like, as soon as we got back, it was time for the party. So almost a day has passed.
Yeah, this is the night after we fucking
Yes.
arrived, so
Yes.
not even a day.
Currently, a day is going past as we fell asleep
Yeah.
for the night.
Man. If we can't wake San up, that video file is going to be huge.
Oh my god. 6 hours of just silence. And then 30 minutes of banter between Stark and Atlantis. As it should be. I suppose traveling with Gloombringer would give us a chance to plan. Now that we know that Gloombringer doesn't really care.
Yes. I was trying to include him since he was so interested in Darkhold, but if he doesn't want in, then
What's the plan? What's the plan? I think the plan's simple. We get Stark. Is this like you've been watching Game of Thrones lately? Like just go fucking marry a broad, and then you got the bloodline, and you're in.
Whoa,
and then walk away. You never talk to her again.
Listen.
We're talking bloodlines and kingdoms and thrones. This is the rules they play by.
Listen. I was never planning to ever marry into the fucking Matter family. That's a terrible idea.
It's a wonderful idea.
It's absolutely horrid.
We'll have a big party.
perhaps I could.
Well, yes, you could. Marrying into the Matter family would be terrible for my image.
What do you... It's the strongest house in Darkhold.
That's
How
what
do you
they
think
like you to think. But I guarantee you the queen was not as strong as the prince.
Well, as I said, if you had a plan, I'm listening. Sounds like all you have is ideas.
I did have a plan, but well, things changed since the queen disappeared. This does throw a little wrench, but it does open many new opportunities.
As I said, personally, I was thinking we do a little convincing. Perhaps find out which of the sisters would be open to such changes. You know.
Why even consult the sisters? Why not consult, I don't know, the rest of the clans? A leader who does not lead has no place in this world.
Boone will start snapping his fingers. Who's that other clan? That nerdy vampire girl we were talking to?
House Curso.
Yes, House Curso. Wouldn't they want to pounce on this opportunity? I mean, kick them while they're down. The head of the snake has been cut.
Exactly, yes. We can definitely utilize House Curso.
Has she made any progress on the research, that is?
I believe she was going to tell me about her progress. If at some point she mentioned she would visit me soon. But, well, we had more important things to attend to, quote unquote. And here we are.
Yes, the priority list is getting quite long.
It is indeed.
If we could just get this damn train, we could start knocking a bunch of these off, but...
Yes.
Gods, so much to be done. So little time.
Yes, we have many kingdoms to take back, or otherwise take for our own.
I suppose a train would help us deal with things faster.
Yes, an interdimensional train that can travel between planes and dimensions and underwater. Be much easier, and we wouldn't have to use our own resources to get around.
Well, yes, we'd be checking 3 things off the list every day.
That's very true. I suppose this does take priority then. The faster we get this train, the faster we can accomplish everything else.
Besides, Doc, you've seen but a morsel of what the Cirque Magnifique can offer an artist such as yourself. Imagine a new show every night. Thousands of people begging for your name. And we do it all again.
Well, as much as I do enjoy the attention, I'm not sure about how I feel about every night.
Yes, well, you always let a bringer take your place.
Of course.
As I kind of like play with imaginary numbers in my head. Do we not offer paid time off? We should work that into payment.
Yes, most likely. That would be a good thing to add on.
Yes, so we'll have to bring that up with manager bringer.
Hell, why not just have Melinda do it now? Atlantis, you still have that sending stone, no?
No. She's busy.
I don't believe sending stones work across dimensions.
Do they not? My apologies.
Gloombringer, after witnessing all of this, in your head, telepathically, you hear Chimera's voice, just baffled by everything he's just seen. Are you their leader or babysitter? They want to become leaders, but they're just going to fucking die. They had hours to come up with a plan, and their plan was to talk to you. That was their best plan that they came up with. I'm not saying anything bad about your plan, but still, they're going to die in a minute.
Yes, well, some of us start pretty low on the ladder, and our climb success.
I'm sorry for trying to include Gloombringer on the fun.
And this... my plan had the Queen involved. The Queen is out of the fucking picture.
Yes, I was just debating on whether we should go and, make sure she's out of the picture or just leave her to her own fate.
Hey, this is a private telepathic conversation.
Yeah, meta.
So is this.
Alright, fuck you, telepathic bond.
Bullshit, you guys think you're whispering, but we can all hear you.
No, I call bullshit. You know my reasoning? Telepathic bond. Fuck you.
So Stark.
That was all in our heads.
So Stark, tell me more about Lily.
What is your fascination with Lily? What the fuck?
To answer your question, stranger, no, I am not their leader. We are all free to do as we please here at the Cirque Magnifique, as long as it doesn't interfere with the founder's intention.
Noted. I shall enjoy watching this show play out.
It'll be quite the performance.
Chimera's going to give him a wink, like, I see what you did there, Bard.
Listen, Atlantis, if you really want to get to know Lily, you should talk to her yourself.
I mean, I did talk to her, but
Continue talking to her.
Glimbringer leans in. Ooh, who's this Lily?
Have you never been with a lady before, Atlantis?
I don't like the insinuation, but I was a very... I mean, I've been with ladies and others physically, but I've never had time for a relationship because I was always busy with my training. And now I'm getting to the age that perhaps it is time to consider having someone sit beside me once I have my throne.
What the fuck? I suppose so. How old were you again, Atlantis?
300. How old did I say I was? Let me check my sheet real quick. I always want to say 372, but I don't think that's right. Okay, we'll just say 372.
372 years and you've never been on a date.
Again, it's very busy learning how to be king, learning my magics, and all the other dribble they had me learn.
I look over to the stranger dragon cleric, just kind of like give him a nod of affirmation. Yeah, you're fucking great. These guys are pathetic.
I'm not a virgin. I just never had time for romance or whatever.
Gloombringer did more in 3 months than Atlantis has done in 300 years.
And I have priorities, okay?
I largely blame San's time frame for that one, but it was more like 3 weeks. Campaign 1.
Yeah.
San's gonna have fun listening to this later.
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay, it seems you'll have to learn a lot. If you're trying to settle down Atlantis, you need to learn a few things.
Okay.
Yes, I wouldn't recommend settling down with a vamp.
Yes,
Well,
specifically.
that's a horrible idea.
Yes, that is not a good idea.
So that's out the window.
I suggest
You're starting off kind of advanced there with going after a vampire girl.
Yes, they're not the best.
She seemed friendly enough.
Yes, they're rather kinky. I'll say in quotation.
How kinky?
Let's not get into that right now. Listen, we'll talk about it some other time. I'd say take your chances with a different person.
Melinda's available.
Very true, and well, I suppose Melinda's the worst option.
She has great shape.
Yeah, she is rather tentacly, but
very wide hips.
I met her. She was very helpful.
Yes, very helpful.
Listen, Atlantis, the moment you told her what to do on the sending stone, she did it.
It's true. Not many people do that around the circus.
Yes, exactly.
I'm sorry. I know I'm the outsider here, but does no one find it weird that your advice is like, hey, why don't you marry this person who will just automatically do whatever you tell them to?
I don't see a problem with that.
You all realize she's my personal servant. Bound to serve anybody at the circus.
There
Right?
you go, Atlantis.
Oh, you didn't know that. Oh, really? I
That's
thought that was
fine.
obvious.
Well,
Yeah.
I suppose we never tried to really order her around.
I suppose if I'm going for actual romance, perhaps I shouldn't have it be forced.
True. But again, Lily would not be a good choice.
There's like a lot of noodly appendages and things. Once again, I feel like you're like picking the tallest mountain and trying to climb it.
What's wrong with tentacly appendages?
Yes, what is wrong with tentacles? I have tentacles on my head.
They can reach all sorts of places.
Yes.
Exactly.
It must take so much, though, to satisfy her. Start
No,
with, like,
please.
a non-vampire who has free will.
Listen, Atlantis. Okay. I've got friends in a few places. I'm sure I can find you a date with a non-vampire.
Is there some sort of HR at the circus? I think I need to have a chat with them.
Well, everything's kind of on a volunteer basis here at Magnifique. So no, there isn't very many HR reps volunteering.
Yes, nobody wants to be HR.
Couldn't see why though. Couldn't see why. Seems like it'd be a great position.
Oh,
Perhaps,
maybe this is our chance to have an HR person.
perhaps I'll just have to make an HR bringer.
HR bringer. God.
But I couldn't say a clone of myself would make a very good HR rep. Nope, that's a horrible idea.
Yes.
Yes, we'll have to outsource for this. Yes.
Yes, that would be best. We've far too many bringers already, as it is.
Just imagine. Oh my god, the debauchery.
Christ.
Almost anything goes.
Almost anything. I don't know how.
That's quite a big list of things that goes.
Yes, that's. I feel that would be a problem.
Honestly, would it be?
I will do
different?
anything for love, but I won't do that.
Yes.
Honestly,
yes.
would it be much different than what it is right now?
I mean, yeah, I couldn't see it being much different. I mean, the only rule I could see being made is no fucking temples on the circus grounds. Crazy.
He is my guest, and he shall be treated as such.
But seriously, come on, a fucking temple.
Not all clerics are goody two-shoes.
I mean, did you see it, Atlantis? It's fucking radiant. It's blinding.
To each his own.
Well, only some of us like sunlight, but don't go standing on any boxes giving sermons or those god-awful pamphlets.
Oh, God, not the pamphlets.
They just get everywhere. They're all over the ground. No one ever throws them away.
Atlantis,
Yes.
thank you.
You're
When
welcome.
you meet your bride, I will happily perform the wedding ceremony for you.
What a place you picked to place the temple as well, in Darkhold of all places.
Well, I needed a place to sleep.
Not many people are very religious in Darkhold, as they are all fucking dead.
That there's at least 8, as per my D20.
Is it meta? Are the temples like tiny huts to you or something?
No, it's a little bit more than a tiny hut.
Is it a magnificent mansion?
Yeah, like
Oh,
mechanically, what is it?
I see
a god.
you're first of all, Mitch, get ready for this because I just took that spell. Bartholomew just took that spell. Temple of the Gods.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
So prepare for this shenanigans
11th level.
soon.
Yeah, if you go into the owl bear, you can see the space that the party is in. That's
Mm-hmm.
Second, Chris, I'm seeing a definite evolution in Chris's characters.
yeah.
Through this campaign, you started with a tiny hut.
Mhm.
You went on to a library, and now you're in Temple of the Gods.
Yep.
Man refuses to sleep in anything less than.
I'm getting there. I finally have my tiny hut.
Listen, Ben, I'll tell you what I told my manager. I am passionate about not being homeless.
Steal that line.
Man, this conversation has gone on far too long.
It's a temple. It's a temple that. How many do you get?
You get one, and then next year I'll take a second one. And
Next year,
yeah, so I'm just going to keep casting it. Then it becomes permanent, and then I go move on to the next place.
Yeah. Basically a cleric version of Druid Grove.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
God. This will be interesting. An interesting explanation to the Darkhold. Hey, so why is there a fucking temple just placed outside your circus?
It's an evil temple.
Yes, it's an evil temple. Just look at how radiant it is.
Look how radiant I am. I'm evil. Evil's.
You're more aberrant.
Yeah, but I'm like radiant as fuck. Dude. I'm like sun.
And it's a neutral temple too. There's a little shrine to Tiamat there.
Ooh, Tiamat.
Yeah, someone wasn't paying attention. They just heard temple.
I did hear
They got all
temple.
bigoted.
Yes.
Immediately.
Listen. Radiant damage hurt, okay? It hurt a lot.
Well, then maybe you should be nicer.
We hate it.
Listen, I haven't been mean to your face yet, okay? I haven't even greeted you yet.
I'm kidding. I love clerics. I play clerics all the time.
Same. Clerics are very fun.
Clerics are so much 5e. It's literally the funnest rendition of cleric, and they have so many options.
Mm-hmm. Melee clerics, dark not so much.
Well, now what do we do?
I think we do nominations.
Yeah, there's nominations now. Yeah, and then we gotta name the episode and say goodnight to the stream.
Please answer.
There's some. Jesus.
Welcome back, son. How much of that did you hear?
Yeah.
Please make sure to go back and listen to the whole conversation. It's all
Make
canon.
sure you delete all those things we said. Need to edit it in post.
Yeah. Exhausted.
All right, let's start with nominations, shall we?
I'm tied on nominations, and I'm gonna let you two decide between yourselves who gets it.
Rollish.
First nomination is for Chris for pouring his soul out on the whole Temple of the Gods. You put a lot of work into that, and it shows. And I like to reward that. But then also, second, Atlantis said at the very beginning, Ned, fetch my snail. And I laughed on mute for like a good minute.
Snail.
Fetch me mine snail.
I must have missed that.
Yeah.
So,
I'm okay with Chris having it.
I'm actually okay with Atlantis having it. I didn't roll a dice other than for that D20 for the number of people. So I still have an inspiration. So
Well,
Nice,
you know,
the tactical vote.
there's other people that vote here.
well, I mean, same token, Atlantis didn't roll any dice, so he still has inspiration too.
Oh, you're
I
right.
used mine. I used mine last time to switch the spell so I could banish the monster.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
oh no, you didn't do the.
No, but then you got nominated, didn't you?
No. I don't think so.
Who got nominated last time?
I'm pretty sure Chris.
It was you. Chris, did you get it?
No. Oh yeah, no, I did get it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I still have it.
Okay. So, Atlantis gets mine for, nah, fetch my snail.
I will vote. It was very close between Stark and Gloombringer, but I'll give it to Stark for being my conversation buddy the entire time.
Hey man, I got you. Listen, I start up all conversation. You don't have to worry about it. Let's see. Who do I vote for? Very tricky, very tricky. I loved Chimera, Gloom, and Atlantis. All very, very good. But yeah, I gotta give it to Atlantis for sticking with the conversation as it went on.
Good night, son.
It's on.
I'm gonna vote for Ben or Dream, moreover, for being the minivan mom and literally handpicking up all the kids to bring them over to the train quest for us. I'm saying, all right, time to go. We got shit to do.
One of these days, we'll start campaign 3.
Still hasn't started.
I'm trying, guys. I'm trying.
Me too.
So many things are happening.
But my problem is I made a character who's supposed to be carefree and lackadaisical, so like I can only try so hard. Or I'm just breaking character.
Your new character hasn't even gotten to the circus yet.
Yeah, quite the trip.
Still on his way.
Yep.
It all happening, good time.
At least Chris's character is here finally.
You're not gonna like any new characters that come into the game from here on out because they're really powerful, therefore the scale of the game gets ticked up really hard.
Yep.
Sansa's gonna be like, oh, I can do whatever I want now. You have no excuse.
Oh, for sure.
Alright, was that all the votes?
I think.
Yeah.
Mitch, did you vote?
I think Mitch just voted for Ben.
Oh,
Yes, I did.
Okay.
So it was 2 for Atlantis and what? One
Atlantis
for
wins.
Atlantis wins.
Yeah, Atlantis wins.
Yay.
Everyone else gets 1. So everyone got a nomination this time.
Ooh.
Oh wait, then I'm going to nominate Nemesis just to make sure that everyone actually gets one.
But then we've got a 6-way tie.
Listen, I'll give half my nomination. to Nemesis, so we can all be even here.
If we make it a 6-way tie, do we all get an inspiration?
Sometimes depends on the mood San's in.
Oh, she's asleep.
The sun is gone, so
John's in mood asleep. So.
Yeah. They will often go to small for the tiebreaker, but it's not always a sure shot. It depends.
We all get inspiration. Woo!
Yay! Huzzah! It's alright. Atlantis, you explain it next time. Your son's favorite.
Okay.
Son will let it pass. Alright. So Atlantis gets inspiration. Are we naming today's episode?
Oh, yes.
Fetch me my snail.
Fetch me my snail.
Like that one. Alternatively, fade to black, question mark?
Fade to black, question mark. That's a good one as well. We were waiting a long while for that fade to black.
God, why aren't you answering?
Where have you gone, God?
Where have you gone, God? Oh, shit.
God, it's me, Judy Bloom. Are you listening?
It's me, Jessica. I'm in here.
I'll go with fetch my snail.
Fetch my snail?
I gotta go.
Right.
Y'all have fun.
Happy Christmas.
Merry Christmas, y'all. I gotta use the bathroom. I've been holding it for a while, so.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Christmas is this weekend.
Yeah, it's tomorrow. Well, Christmas Eve is tomorrow.
Yep. All right. Well, happy holidays. Merry Christmas, everyone. I love you all. Take care.
Good night, everybody. Good night,
Good night, stream.
Good night, stream. If stream is even still going on.
Good night.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye.